story.
Mechanics.
Single.
Single player. I can agree with that. Non-linear.
I think it depends. If there's a good story to tell, linear, I think.
Platformer shooter. Platformer is old school.
Inside or Limbo platformer, technically.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean,
I need to see video games.
yeah, video games, but still, we have board game nights at work, so we're still fan. I would typically say unique experience, but then I discovered Hades.
I think I would say both because replayability is a fun way to play like on weeknights. But I think the game that affect me the most are the one that I played once. I'm gonna go with system design, but I have background in level design, so I'm betraying my past right now. I would say system design, but I still love level design.
Yeah, I love level design too. We kind of do a bit of that too. But system design is just so core to the experience that it's hard to just go around that.
Yeah. Player agency. As a D&D player, I think it's the most important part.
It totally depends on which game, because in my type of game that I like, of course I'm more on the creative side. But of course, if you're playing a sandbox game, player agency, 100%.
I would say action.
I guess so.
After a work day, I don't have the mind for strategy games.
I'll say linear game.
I love open worlds. Most of open world games are not actual open world.
Like some good open world games are amazing, but it's just that some games absolutely did not need to be open world, and it's probably participating to how less good of a game it is because it's so big and there's so much more stuff to do, so less energy in each thing.
Gameplay.
Yeah, 99% of the time I guess gameplay.
Indie. At some point in my life, it was AAA because indie was not a big thing. But right now, indie, I have so much diversity of games.
And so much indie studios with amazing games are just being helped out or actually bought by AAA studios. So they still do their indie thing while having budget. So that's kind of a nice in between.
Indie with money.
Yeah. I don't personally know C++. We learned C# for Unity before. Of course, it was nice to know how to program, but Blueprint is such a fast tool to test out rapid things.
I like both. I think blueprinting is a good way to learn the process of, doing what you want to do quickly and learning how to do. I'm gonna say whiteboard design, so more of a paper design.
We're kind of doing paper design on a whiteboard, a virtual whiteboard. Yeah.
Free DLC is the better way.
The problem fix absolutely a patch, but then I hate a sequel when it could have been a DLC. I don't like being sold the same game with a few adjustments. I'll say Unreal just because I come from cinema background. Unreal seems to be a bit more tailored for cinema works.
It depends a lot on what kind of project you want to do, but both have their advantages and disadvantages. Burger. Yeah.
Wait, no, wait. Actually, some fine Italian pizza with slim crust. That's my thing, actually. Yeah. After, yeah. What kind of psychopath was that? No.
The only excuses you could have to add more sales if there's still milk, and that's the only reason you could do that. I'm more of a prepared guy. But right now I was thinking about D&D, and sometimes I need to improvise, but I like to be prepared.
Yeah, improvisation, if I'm in charge of something like D&D, which improvisation is a big part of, it does bring me anxiety, so I like to prepare more stuff than I needed.
Reaction, I think.
What I do or what I value, because I'll say I'm a reaction kind of guy, I think.
Who said it?
They said
we need to talk to them if they said.
I mean, I wish to come to a place in my life where Mondays are a nice and happy place, but Fridays.
Yeah, of course. Winter.
40 degrees outside, I'm happy.
-10, snowboarding.
Things are dying when it's cold. Winter is death. Summer is the blossoming of a new life.
There's insects everywhere. There's allergies. It's too hot.
Allergies, I'm good. Yeah.
There you go.
I can see. Night owl.
I'm in between right now. YouTube.
YouTube, yeah. Instagram.
Instagram, I guess. beach.
Beach.
Yeah, for sure.
Teamwork.
Teamwork. If I had to choose one, it would be teamwork, but I think both need to work together.
To be truthful, I would say indoor. I love outdoors, but D&D, board games, video games, cinema.
It can all be done
Can
outdoors.
they?
Yeah, they can. I would say indoors still, but I need some outdoors.
I think it's such a big part of anxiety, thinking that you have to be the hunter, not to be hunted.
Hunted, I would say. Yeah, for sure. Let's go with that. I need to think anyway. I'm allergic, mortally allergic to horse, so I don't have a choice on that matters.
I'm gonna say utopia still. I think it's important to at least hope for something good. My lifetime motto, hope for the best, plan for the worst.
It's a great motto, for sure. So both, I guess.
Head into stars.
I can get so extreme on both ends.
Often we have this exact debate where we're not talking about the same thing because I'm so far on the stars and then you're so far deep in the roots. I say suits. I feel good in suit.
Would still choose weapons any day of the week.
RPG.
RPG also. At one time in my life, I loved the endless possibilities of MMORPGs. Not anymore.
I think we're kind of scared of to have like a finality to our game. Don't you want to know how it ends? Like, I don't know.
I would go with consequences. Because most of the game we played recently, the choices were lies.
It's bad when you replay and then you feel like the choices didn't have that much of an impact. So it's a better surprise to just have consequences. I'll say new games just because I like where the new tools are coming out, where the future is heading. But there are still a way to make games before that I miss.
I think new games are refreshing right now. It's a good period for new games and new studios and new indie games also. There's some nostalgia in old games that cannot be replicated right now. I think it would say cinema.
Yeah, I think too, because cinema is feeding so much video games in terms of narrative codes, imagery, because now the games are looking so much better, but they're taking everything from cinema. PlayStation.
PC.
Oh, yeah, PC. I mean, of course PC, but
I must say Last of Us because it has one of the greatest introduction of any video games.
Life is Strange, on the other hand, probably has the worst part of it is the introduction. It was a time in my life where this game just hit me differently. I had to go with this one. It's probably one of the first games that I discovered that made me gradually switch from cinema to video game design. I'll go with Detroit.
Of course you would.
I was impressed by the amount of branching there was.
Would still go with What Remains of Edith Finch, simply because I tried my life out, and it's a short game, it's a short story, and I would never play that game because I feel so bad afterward. I need to go with Beauchemin.
Do you?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because we know a lot of stuff that happens. But then, from a character's perspective, Micah has a lot of historical weight on his shoulders.
Yeah, she has the dog. It's simple as that for me.
Everything is in the dog. I'll go with Micah.
Did someone say Pierre?
In terms of in-engine, absolutely Pierre. Yeah, I can't spell it for characters.
Yeah, for sure.